wiki, welcome, Warcraft 2 fans, to startale at the 11 o'clock, allying synna Vixen at the small 9, and then at the small 5, Team Dynasty WG is going to be allying Angel Fire. So without further ado, I bring to you wiki, Warcraft 2 at war2.ru. Special thanks to a Green Goblin for putting this on his YouTube or Twitch TV channel. And we have an update as Team Dynasty WG choosing to go to the middle o'clock spot. The wackiest of all choices whenever choosing a spot. Every single player can make this choice for its equal distance to run to the middle of the map for every single spot on the map. And if he does a quick scout out of the backside of the teal o'clock base, I cannot quite recall whom Teal might be, either Startale or his ally synna Vixen. But you can actually see whether or not a player is mining by going around to that back spot and clicking on the gold mine. It's right after the blacksmith is completed, or right after the first barracks or first 3-block building is generally when a player starts to mine. So quick tip here, ladies and gentlemen, after your first 3-block building is done, when building at the center, you can go over and see if your opponent is at the small 9 by merely walking up to the group of trees near the backside of that base. So we do see over here at the 9 and 11 o'clock space is going to be a duel from Startale. So synna Vixen at the small 9 o'clock there. WG versus synna Vixen. What's going to be the end result, and what kind of a strategy is WG going to be choosing? Katy Perry for the win, says the earth is flat. Big shout out to Boogie Master. Boogie Master is one heck of a Warcraft 2 player, very obsessed with Katy Perry. So, meanwhile, we do see the grunts initial. It is a grunt rush, so probably a cannon tower at the backside of the small 9 o'clock spot. As soon as he scouts that out, it does look like a grunt has made his way down there. And will he see if his opponent's mining at that base, as he himself is mining at this time? So it does look like it's going to be a cannon tower from WG, and he's going to have the early beatdown on the small 9 o'clock position. A very good defense here from the 11 o'clock, 9 o'clock dueler, but it's going to be very important for the small 9 o'clock player to fend off this early cannon tower rush, if that is indeed what he is doing. Maybe it is guard towers, as he is now repairing his lumber mill very quickly. It's Green Goblin, said Kimono. It's you. Clearly, Green Goblin isn't here, but if you want to see more Green Goblin, you need to check out a Green Goblin Twitch TV, where you could see more wiki Warcraft 2 just like this. And don't forget to check out GOG Galaxy of Games Trogallarts. And look at there was a cannon tower there. So a catapult is the answer from the teal player. He's got a grunt just hanging around, but not a whole lot he can do now because there's cannon fire on the gold source, so he doesn't get paid a whole lot. So he'll just be standing around till the near future. And when they can clear up that cannon tower and the gold flow starts to go, then that grunt might start to do something. But until then, he can take the time off to spend time with his fandom. But there's the catapult, ladies and gentlemen, as synna Vixen. TSA, his name is Juan, so we always did wonder that. TSA, his name is Juan. Remember that Juan Chavez, says Kimeno? No, that is not his last name. So the catapult able to cause great bodily harm to that cannon tower and destroy it as it goes up in flames. and that'll begin the economic recovery of the small 9 o'clock player, also known as Synna Vixen. The middle clock spot working out pretty well so far for Team Dynasty WG, who has brought catapults to the table and now is attacking the 9 o'clock spot. He goes for the front door, and the door crashes open. Some peons there to repair and wall off that door, but the wall off is not gonna be enough to save them, as this is the combined might of Team Dynasty WG and Angel Fire. Through the breach the grunts pour, and the quick GG in the favor of Team Dynasty WG and Angel Fire is all but assured. We see the 9 o'clock watch. But that's a G. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I want to thank my sponsors out there, the X-Man Earned, as well as Terrorcon from Clan Absolute Synergy, the Trogallarts, Anatolian, and Ill, who puts up the server. I mean, that guy is ill. Wiki, Warcraft 2. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Tune in next time. We have another. But wait, there might be more, as it does seem to be not as I suspected. Am I lagging? No, that would be just me fast forwarding. More and more grunts through the breach. And look at the defenses on this guy. This is actually going to be pushed on over into the mid game as the action continues, and the excellent defensive strategies of startale. But look at that Angel Fire. Actually, Synna Vixen, those were allies, so they have now been able to create some semblance of a tranquil respite, or respite as I prefer to call it, in this game. Tier number 2 now to be had here by the middle clock player, but this is not what he expected. He expected the big victory to be on, and 2 more catapults come out here, but the catapult's not going to be able to deal with startale. Oh my gosh, was this the reversal? We have seen it, ladies and gentlemen. Catapults not too good at defending against grunts on their own. We do have a very large peon defense squad here, but they choose to run around with their bags of gold, and not enough quite to defend this tier number 2 Angel Fire. Team Dynasty WG probably gonna fall victim to their opponents, as tier number 3 has now been reached by Synna Vixen. And have you guys been watching? I'm sorry, we had to fast forward there, ladies and gentlemen, missing a huge part of this interesting game, but unfortunately the 10-minute limit on the Wiki Warcraft 2 War 2 Combat channel, also known as Outlaws 214, formerly known as Body Blazers. And that could be it, ladies and gentlemen. G Yellow is here with the rescue, and his opponent have to flee, but look at the peon devastation. You jealous of that big Twitch TV money? Oh, the earth is flat. Yeah, with his Twitch TV money comment. You guys need to get out there and give him more money by dropping his, or I shouldn't say dropping, by joining his AAA Green Goblin Twitch TV. So tier number 3 is what Synna Vixen's got, but not a lot of gold mining happening there. Catapult's coming over here just to peek, but they're not going to see any kind of gold flow in which they can disrupt the game, the action heating on up. Green Goblin taking a nap. No, he's not. He's going to be watching this, and here, down here, oh yeah, the slaughter, as Angel Fire brings his large ogre army down there to massacre every single mining peon from Synna Vixen, who's got tier number 3, but at least 3 or more tears flowing from his eyes like little waterfalls, because his entire mining operation has just been crushed by Team Team Dynasty WG and his ally Angel Fire. WG having his own problems as he calls out for the mid, but there his ally is their Angel Fire. So it doesn't look like they quite dropped the ball as we had first thought when we did that earlier fast forward into the future. I want to also advertise for War2USA.com. They had an excellent Matty Patty Memorial Tournament, and if you guys weren't there, that was pretty awesome. Green Goblin was inside that tournament, and he just rocked everybody else. I'm not sure who won the tournament. I wasn't able to see, but I am definitely bearing witness to Green Goblin's Twitch TV channel. And Harold says, is 11 a base question mark? That's a lot of defensive structures there, and not a lot of gold flow now. The 65,000 gold has already been had from that base. And Harold has prophesized that this game is done skis. So special thanks to Harold out there. I promise I won't backstab you next time we ally each other. I'm sorry, I can't promise that. Meanwhile, over here, we do see a very large bloodlusted ogre army from both players. Oh, there he bloodlusted up his opponents. That's Blue is getting quite confident by bloodlusting up his opponent's ogres, as he is the only one on the map with bloodlust. And here we thought that WG and Angel Fire brought it back into victory, and maybe they have, with a sheer number of ogres that they have put out on this map. They are able to say we don't need bloodlusted ogres and even deal quite a bit of damage, shutting down Synna Vixen or not. He does have this clever little wall off at this 4 o'clock, or if I should say 5 o'clock spot. Bloodlusted ogres rampaging the possible gold flows of Angel Fire. He's going to need to have an answer to these 4 bloodlusted ogres. He's been expending all of his armies, attacking and defending the middle, and just now the surgical strike from a startale Carmen Nation 102. The power hour is now, as he deals a devastating blow to that 9 o'clock position. Synna Vixen does a pretty good job here. And the middle o'clock spot with the long distance mining, pushing on up to tier number 3 towards Bloodlust, but look at the Bloodlusted Ogres able to shut down that long distance mining. The peons go a-fleeing, but Startale has brought it back into the fold with that devastating strike to the 9 o'clock spot, and now an even more devastating strike towards the middle. There's the sigh. That means a GG, ladies and gentlemen. And TSA with the told you. So, Juan, we got what you're saying, and we agree that this is probably a GG. WG leaves the game. I want to thank you guys all for tuning in. Tune in next time we have yet another Wiki Warcraft 2 audio presentation brought to you by the Trogallarts. Check it out. He's got a streaming schedule of the envious. We are envious, all of us.